Hello everybody, welcome to Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. We are live for the start of the second race of the 2024 USAC late model season here in Nashville. It's shaping up to be a pretty interesting race today. We already have a pretty good front row here. Just take a look. Up front, Jared Fryer showed some pace at Bristol. Beside him, Elaine Riggs, very experienced driver. And behind them, Bubba Pollard and Sam Yarbrough. Two drivers that we saw as well at Bristol had some good pace. Just looking at the field, we have some pretty interesting drivers up front, and one that surprises me a lot there is that 7th place starter. That is Brandon Pierce. Didn't have the best week at Bristol last week, but he's looking to flip that around today. As we look through the field,
Gentlemen, start your engine!
Nice close, be there at the end. It's a long race. We just got staying contention, no mistakes. That's the big key, no mistakes today. We get up there, we get in the top 10, we ride. That's what we got to do today.
as we look through the field, we see some pretty interesting drivers. We see some drivers that I think might prove to be a challenge. The 0, the 8, the 3, the 88 moving up. I think the 2 might have something to say. Well, we're rolling, and we're just about to get underway here at Nashville. 30-car field will start today for 40 laps at the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. Green flag is out.
Jared Fryer's going to lead the first lap. Got a good time going into turn 1. It's already pulling a multiple car length gap.
Indeed, he'll head in front of Lane Riggs and Bubba Pollard, who are battling close for the second position. And looks like Riggs might get there. So Riggs steps out ahead in second. Look at the 95, that Aaron's Camaro there in third. And that is the 95 of Sam Yarbrough, just ahead of the 08 of Diek McCaskill. We saw McCaskill last week. He had some very, very good pace at Bristol. Hoping to see him at the front today. But right now, I mean, it looks like nobody can stop Fryer.
Fryer's got that car dialed in early. Seems like nobody can stop him at this point.
Yeah, I mean, we're only on the 5th lap of the race, and he's walked out to a half-second lead. I mean, that is pretty impressive. And it's a top 3 of Fords right now. So good showing from the Blue Oval today. Pollard trying to run down Riggs. I think he's going to try to make an attack here soon. But like I said, there is just no stopping Fryer. And the 14 will head off of 2, still locked in with the lead. Let's take a look through the field and see where certain drivers are running. There is the 3 of Dale Earnhardt Jr. just behind the number 0 of Donnie Hill. Now Hill, he's had a rough day today. We had practice just before the race, and the 0 reportedly was having some issues with the gearing in that car. Now, they were not able to turn a practice time during the practice session, so they had to completely throw that out the window. But they were able to fix the issue, and as of now, it seems to be running pretty good. Just behind the 3 of Dale Earnhardt Jr. as we move down the field. That's the 88 of Sammy Smith, also a NASCAR driver. Also showing some pretty good pace just behind his boss. Behind him in the 8 car is Carson Quapple. Behind him in the 24 is William Byron. And behind him in the 5 is, of course, Kyle Larson. All the NASCAR guys, as we saw at Bristol, they did the same thing. They're all running together, and they're all, you know, staying in line, not getting too wild here. And that is experience, but that's also a desire, I would say, to keep it clean for the start of this race. Don't get into too much trouble. You know, it's a shorter race here at Nashville, but still, there's enough time to where if you want a good finishing position, lay back, let these other guys wear out their tires, then focus on getting around some people.
Yeah, it's very much about being patient when it comes to making a pass. You just gotta wait until the car in front slips up and you can get to their inside, because there's no way you're gonna make a pass on the far outside here at Nashville Fairgrounds.
Riggs starting to run down Fryer. Look at that. 4:56 last lap. It was up to 5:99. And it looks like he is gaining ever closer as Bubba Pollard, too, is gaining ever closer to the back of the 99. Down to 4:64 the last lap. Let's see what it updates to now. 4:96. So Fryer actually starting to extend that lead back. I don't know. Lane Riggs looks like he's a little bit faster in the 1 and 2, but he kind of loses it in 3 and 4. And that's just what I'm noticing. As you can see, the 99 just washes right up the track through 3 and 4. He's running like a middle line there, and he got him a little bit there. But look how much closer he gets to the 14 through 1 and 2. You can just see it from the cameras. The distance changes a lot. And then 3 and 4, he just loses a little bit. Although that time, not too bad to bring the gap down to 4:69. So he's catching him lap by lap. He's getting there. And with lap traffic, looks like it's going to be in the way soon. That might be some extra motivation for Lane Riggs.
Approaching on the halfway point, and the battle for the lead is starting to get exciting.
Indeed. So long as they keep it green, I think we're going to see some battles here for position with lap traffic. I mean, look at this lap traffic. It is clogged up. It's going to be very hard to get around all these guys. And I know Jared Fryer right now is dreading catching these guys. But if he wants to stay in contention, he's got to do it. The 14 is probably right now begging for a caution to come out. But I don't think he'll be greeted with one. He catches the back of the 28. Here we go. The action has arrived. I'll try to make a move here. Low of the 28. I'm not going to be able to get there. He's going to have to ride behind him. Lane Riggs. He's catching him. Another lap in the book. Just over halfway done. Look at that. That gap has closed completely. Maybe a car length between the leaders. And even less so as they come off of 4. The 14 puts the bumper to the 78. I don't know if you saw that, Wyatt, but I think he bumped him out the way there. They come off of 2.
Yeah, Lane Riggs is antsy to get around these lap bumps.
Here he goes. He taps the 14. The Lane Riggs taps the 14. He pushes him down the front stretch. The 14 just held on, but he almost veered into the inside wall there. Things are getting heated in this battle for the lead.
Yeah, it was an amazing save by the 14.
It sure was. That was close. As Pollard, he's in this as well. I know we haven't talked about him, but that's just by virtue of this battle being so close. Bubba Pollard, he's there. He's waiting for either of these guys to slip up. Waiting to attack.
Pollard.
But miraculously, Jared Fryer gets through lap traffic, still in the lead. That is commendable.
I think Bubba Pollard was looking for a way to get past both of them at once. Maybe set up a run.
He can try. I don't know how far it is. Yeah, the next lap car is pretty far back, or pretty far ahead, excuse me. So it might be another 2 or 3 laps for these guys to focus on building momentum. try to get the cars dialed in so that when the 14 does go to pass these guys up here, they can just sneak right around. And 3, 3, and 4. Still pretty close for the lead. Looking at the scoring, and it looks like the 08 and the 4, very close battle here for the 5th position. And I was not able to get there when it happened, but Sammy Smith did get around Dale Earnhardt Jr. for the 10th position. You can see that red Sundrop Camaro behind him on the right side of your screen there. But the 08 and the 4 doing their best to get around these guys. They're doing the best with the hand they've been given, which hasn't been a great hand. They're stuck behind them. The 08 having to ride behind the 21. You're not going to make it 3 wide. You're not going to succeed. And there you go. You saw the 0 there of, the 0 of Donnie Hill. He got around the number 4 of Jonathan Findlay, and that will give him the 6th position. Now he's going to try to get around Deke McCaskill in the 08 for the 5th position. So there are spots to be made up here in lap traffic, and that's what you've got to pay attention to. Up front, they get by both of those lap cars, and nobody can touch Fryer. Lane Riggs has tried and tried and tried these past few laps, but he just can't get there. Now this is where the next lap car is. It's just one car. It's the 50. This is Jared Fryer. Wyatt, are we thinking at this point that there is any chance for a battle at the lead again?
As Jared Fryer's got back out to half a second lead, I think he's just got to make sure he doesn't do something stupid, and he's almost got this win already. As long as he doesn't have trouble with the single lap car, I think he should be able to just cruise through.
And you've also got to stay motivated. You know, you don't want to get out there and put your feet up and relax. You've got to keep turning fast laps. And Jared Fryer is doing just that. He's kept the 99 at about the same distance every lap. So, I mean, Lane Riggs, I don't know. I don't think he can catch him at this point, if I'm honest with you. And Bubba Pollard has been all over the 99 all night. And I'm surprised Bubba hasn't tried putting the bumper to the 99. I mean, he was right on him. You saw Lane Riggs put the bumper to Fryer. So that fact alone leads me to believe that Lane Riggs wants this win bad. And maybe he's saving something for these last 4 laps, as we do have 4 laps to go now. But, I believe we have a crash. Oh, indeed. Plumes of smoke off into turn 3. I don't know who all was involved in that. Let's turn back the clock here and take a look. Oh, yeah. Bit of a pile-up off of to him. This looks like the reason here. Sean Dunning. They were 3 wide. Sean Dunning on the low side. On the extreme high side there, you have the 00 of Robbie Watson. And in the middle, I think that is the 20 of Tony Pond, unless I'm reading that number wrong. Not the corner. Ooh, yeah, that'll do it. And that just collected a few cars. The 15, the 20, the 28, the 30. Although I don't think anybody at all had severe damage to any regard. That was just... That's just one of those short track racing incidents you have. You try to make a pass here late in the running, and that's what happens. On board the 15.
Almost a track blocker for second. Cars running out of the way.
The 15 just nearly made it through, and the 20 just tapped them. Very close. Let's rewind here. Go on board the... let's go on board the 20. Tony Pond here in the middle of these two. You saw firsthand what occurred in the outside wall. He tries to hold on to it, just can't, loses it, and he spins around. Very, very interesting turn of events. Well, as far as I'm aware, I think Jared Fryer has won this race. We're on the white flag lap here. So an absolutely dominant run from Jared Fryer would give him the race win under yellow. Good job from the 14 team, and good job from Lane Riggs in the 99 and Bubba Pollard in the 26 while we're at it. They all put on some amazing races. We had a very close battle for a lot of positions today, and although it was a short race, you could see just how close things were. Any thoughts closing, Wyatt?
It was a great race. The battle for the top three, especially once we got to that lap traffic, it was a very close race. Jared Fryer, he did amazing today, leading every lap, starting on pole. I'm not sure if he has the fastest lap or not, but this will be a day to remember in his late model career.
The fastest lap actually goes to Bubba Pollard with an 18.033. Then Lane Riggs with an 18.049. Jared Fryer gets the third fastest with an 18.062. Well, we want to thank you for watching today's Southern Racing Network coverage of the USAC event here at Nashville Fairgrounds. Have a great night.